through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Just get out on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
And you wouldn't believe it, Godzilla just grabbed Mecha Godzilla and threw him at that whatever the hell that giant thing was, and everything exploded, and then there was like this volcano, and oh, hello. Welcome to the Mystery Movie Night podcast. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American, and YouTube Ronin, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's show. All right, I want to say hello to a few people who have joined us here in the live chat. First off, Donna Hall, welcome. And yes, you were first. FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim, says the mystery movie is The Puma Man. Well, we got something that was maybe a little bit better. All right, let's see, moving on. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions. It's Connie Clary. Andrea Black is with us. Thank you, Tim, for the super chat for $1.99. Get on with it. Well, we had a certain trailer to watch first, so hello to the Iron Herder. Been a while. Good to see you, sir. Got nothing to say. Just wanted to feed the algorithm. Fair enough. All right. Jamie Lynn Simons is with us. Prince is with us. Good to see you, sir. And happy birthday. And Connie says she saw Project Hail Mary this afternoon. Right on. All right. I also want to say hello to everyone currently following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And I do want to bring out my fellow panelists for the evening at this time. First up, my co-host, the most violent woman on YouTube, a woman who constantly, I don't know what it is with her. She threatens people. She's very scary. She knows a lot of very scary people, and always threatens to send them to my house if I don't have her on. Ladies and gentlemen, you know where you love her. You cannot live without her. The reason why I know you're all really here because you're terrified. Sense Corner.
You are creating just this monstrous reputation about me. I swear to goodness. If I were John Wick, this could be deadly. Terribly deadly. Tell you. Don't test me. Hey, Connie.
All right. And my next fellow panelist this evening, the man who shanghaied himself into this broadcast, and I'm sure regrets it every moment of every day. Ladies and gentlemen, Enigma Severus.
Look, Sin got me this video in memory of all of these things that she thought. I'm just kidding. And I got a flip phone. Check that out.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, because that becomes a plot point.
Yeah.
At one
Big
point,
one.
as I recall.
Big one.
Yeah. Hello to our man from the future, Sashi Baba Yaga.
Hey,
Yes.
Sashi.
She's the trainee of Baba Yaga.
Yes. Logical Spark is with us. Good to see you, sir. Bonzo Kilborn in the house. All right. So, the mystery movie for this week was Fuse, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, Theo James, and Sam Worthington, directed by David Mackenzie, who was the director of another movie that we saw last year
Yep.
called Relay, which was a movie that we reviewed here on the show that got off to a really good start. And then about halfway through, changed directors, threw out the script, and this went straight into the dumper. Fuse, never heard of it, is Red. Trying to get into that. This was a film that I actually thought was already in release, because let's just say it is already available on certain sites.
Well, I think it came out last year overseas or something, like I Swear did. Maybe a very similar sort of deal.
It must have. All right. Well, the story is this: a unexploded bomb is found on a construction site. A military explosives and demolition team is brought in to defuse it. They are led by Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, who's the man with the past, and at the same time as he is attempting to defuse this unexploded device, the city, or at least that part of it anyway, is shut down. Everything's cordoned off for blocks. The electricity is shut off. By the book, clockwork. That's when a group of bank robbers led by Sam Worthington and Theo James decide to do their thing. And then we are pretty much off and running from there. And this is basically like 3 movies rolled up into one, and I liked one of them. Okay, number 1. When this movie sticks to the heist part, it's fantastic. It is edge of your seat stuff. I'm digging it. However, to get there, you have to sit through the first 10 minutes of all the DEI nonsense that is in this movie. Because as I was saying in the chat, is there a male cop left in London? And this is before they finally started showing up. This movie is taking place in 2026 London, very clearly, and once the little guy in the wheelchair, just get me through. Yes, I'm your tech guy. I'm like, oh. I actually like lean down in my seat, go, oh, okay, movie, do your thing, And then the heist part starts, and I'm like, there you go. Thank you. And hello, hey, Cole Hauser, good to see you.
Oh, how you doing?
Tim said they should have sent Puma Man to deal with it. I'm getting to that.
I don't even know what this Puma Man is.
Yeah, I'll explain later on. And hey, why are you not on the panel? Hey, Rachel.
She probably didn't make that long ass trip she has to make to get to the theater.
Oh. Alrighty. So we get to this very intricate heist. The getaway, and we get how that situation resolves itself. And then we get this ending out of nowhere that's almost like a comedy.
Well, the final text at the end was kind of comedic.
It's very comedic, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
and
think that quite belonged
It didn't fit
on this
right
movie.
with the tone. It was, I mean, it made me laugh, but it was like, wow, that feels very odd because the rest of the movie was not really comedic at all.
No.
But I mean, that didn't really last very long. It was just
It
like the
doesn't.
final text.
But so that's just my overview. We'll go a little deeper into it. Who wants to start off?
Yeah, I agree with you on the three movies rolled into one. It's like The Inside Man is what I was looking at, and then you have The Hurt Locker in some regards.
Yeah.
And then from that, it was, if you've seen enough of these movies, I think you're able to pick up on the open windows of how they're able to I don't want to give anything away, but how they're able to have open windows to take their own personal opportunities for advantages, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can pick those up. And so I think The Inside Man was better at cloaking those ideas. And but again, there is a really good positive that I really enjoyed about it, and I did make a note of it, was that they are at least not telling you in the dialogue what the audience should know. They're actually allowing the audience to pick it up, you know, and I did like that. So I really enjoyed the fact that they made that effort, they made the hit, and you know, they didn't overstretch their opportunities. So that was good.
No, it does let you think. It doesn't spoon feed any information to you. Mm-hmm. There is a mystery that you do have to figure out, because there are, as with most heist movies, different agendas. Everybody's not on the same page, and that leads to some complications. And yeah, okay, I don't want to like hit that point, because here's where it gets interesting. When it comes to what I refer to as the DEI scenes that are very early on in the film.
Yeah.
That's not the whole movie. And once everything plays out, you kind of realize these characters aren't exactly the sharpest tools in the shed. No.
Well, to be fair, it was a pretty intricate plot.
Yeah.
That had been laid in motion. I mean, it was
tightly closed. Yeah.
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 So, I thought that it did show them doing a pretty good job of following up on something that did look out of place. Like at first she sees the fox. What is that? You know,
yeah.
And then she sees the other heat signature. Okay, we're going to have to send somebody there. So they were on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, the whole that just never really jumped out at me at all. I've seen a lot, I've seen British shows and movies and stuff, and a lot of women in clerical law enforcement positions, like in the office with the computers. And so that really wasn't, and London is very diverse. So it didn't feel like anything that was just in there just for the hell of it, especially given where it's happening.
Yeah.
This movie, I wasn't super thrilled with Relay. I think I was really upset because it got started off so good, and then to me it just kind of crashed and burned at the end. So I was a little hesitant about this, but I feel like after having watched Relay, I'm on to this director. There's a twist to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because that happened in Relay. That happened in here, even though I can't say that the twist was completely surprising, because by the time certain things were revealed, I had already picked up on clues. Okay, something's going on with this person. Something's going on with this person. Like when they would focus on people longer than felt necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are they focusing on this family?
Why? Yeah.
Why are they focusing
we...
on this person in the shower? You know,
Mhm.
like much of the movie is over. Why are they? I mean, all right, eye candy, but that's not why.
Well, yeah.
The reason why was
For
because
the
of.
ladies. Yeah.
But I just knew when it showed that I was like, okay, there's more to this. There's obviously much more to what's going on than what we think we know. So in that regard, it felt, the story felt in line to me, like the way things, it was like, okay, this is kind of an interesting plot. Some people complained about the ending because it was pretty abrupt. That's one of the things Sean said. He really enjoyed this until the ending. He felt like it was so abrupt. I think he's referring to, you know, like that final scene it shows, and then of course the text and everything. I don't know what else they could have shown, because at that point the situation was done. There was nothing else that was going to happen. So there's really not much more story to tell except to go back and show in the beginning, X number of years back, this was the groundwork for all of that. I'm agitated that certain people didn't get caught because, you know, the good guy in me doesn't like it that certain people get away with certain things. And some of the text that was shown at the end feels like it kind of like a balm on the wound of annoyance. You know, like an attempt to, okay, well, this is what happened.
Because it was like, wait a minute, it was... Why are we now literally in the last 30 seconds treating this like it was all an Ocean's 11 movie the whole time?
Well,
you know,
not really the last 30 seconds. I mean, you kind of get hints of that even before that final scene that played out, you know, from like X number of years before. They just kind of showed you the foundation of the relationship.
I mean, I'll give the movie this. Everything tracks.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there were any plot holes. I thought everything got explained pretty well. And
agreed.
what you weren't expressly told, you could extrapolate, because we find out very, very late in the game that a certain individual is involved in this plot. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. They would need that guy or somebody like him. So it made sense. And
it didn't feel like it was something that came out of left field.
No.
Like what happened in Relay, which is why Relay kind of lost me. You know, I think I mentioned in my review, it probably would have been better if Relay had just kept on the path of the typical sort of thriller suspense thing that was going on, as opposed to this curveball they threw us that felt like they were just trying to be, I don't know, clever. I don't think it was hopeless, Cole. I thought this was pretty decent.
I was about to respond with him on that. It actually, a couple of the twists did give a good jar or a good jolt to what was expected. And it was like, hey, I was like, that took me, so I was like, I was not expecting to see that outcome. And so, two of the twists I thought were pretty good, pretty well cloaked, because you weren't expecting them, but you also kind of knew something was taking place. And I think the film did really well on a couple of occasions of giving a minor detail and then kind of placing it right before all of the intense action started, so that your brain kind of forgets about it. Because my brain, my body or my brain literally told me, wait, go back. What was it you remembered or you made a mental note of? And it was like, okay, good. That's why they're doing that. And so I think the director made a solid effort on it,
Yeah, a definite improvement.
Yeah.
Over Relay, Lord have mercy.
For sure. Yeah.
I
actually like Salvation quite a bit. Surprisingly. I among the Terminator movies,
That's
would probably rate it third.
Yeah.
Or maybe at least tie with part 3. I don't know. But It's kind of because Terminator 3 and Terminator Salvation kind of do the same thing for me that Die Hard 2 and 3 do. Or no, well, maybe 2 and 4 really is. I'll say, well, that's the best one after the original, and then I'll watch the other one and go, no, that's the best one after the original. That kind of. I actually like Salvation. He's good in Salvation.
I think Clash of the Titans kind of hurt things.
Yeah,
that didn't need to be remade.
Yeah.
No. Of course, he's in Hacksaw Ridge, which is freaking fantastic. Mel Gibson film, World War II film, which I very, very highly recommend. I think he's good in Sabotage, but I know I'm one of the few people who like that movie.
is that the Arnold movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Sam Worthington is good in pretty much everything. He's a good actor. It's just I don't think he's had the best material.
No.
Like he hasn't gotten the best exposure.
Roles.
You know what I'm trying to say. Like he just hasn't.
He had that whole issue, and Clash of the Titans was kind of among those films where it's like they were kind of putting him in everything there for a couple of years. And I think people just kind of got tired of him, I guess. I don't know. He's never bothered me, you know.
Is it time? Oh, could I ruin this a little bit? We remember Avatar, correct? Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, in the second Avatar, what truly turned me off, and the third one has already come out, so guys, it's a spoiler, but in the second Avatar, when you have that his commanding officer come back, his commanding officer doesn't have the scar across his face, and his commanding officer or the military guy says, you need to take out Jake. You know, it's like, you're not even supposed to know who he is. This is pre-scar. This is pre-everything. How is it that you even know who he is? And why is it that that's your concentration, you know? And so it really turned off for me on that with the plot hole. But, you know, he's been amazing in a lot of what he's done. And I thought he did. He was a very, very convincing. I honestly, and I'm not going to ruin it, but yeah, I honestly thought he really played his role in a great way. So
in this movie,
in this one,
agree. Yeah, agreed. He's playing another baddie.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about the movie is that your allegiance to certain characters changes.
Yeah,
throughout, or at least mine did.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
You are. You're with this character, then you're with that character. You want to, hey, what's that guy up to? And hello to Lieutenant Giratina. Thank you for the raid, sir. Renegade raid, right on.
You honestly think you're getting all the info. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And go ahead, please.
No, you honestly think, because I was sitting there trying to get ahead of the storyline, saying, okay, well, that was a lie. Okay, no, that seems convincing. I mean, he's being sincere. That is true. And you think you're getting all of the information. You really do. Like you were saying earlier, there was not really a hole in the storyline, and they did their best to cloak in a convincing manner the process. The other one that I was thinking of is and I know Sin's gonna love this one, Wrath of Man. That was the other one I was thinking of when they were doing a few of their situations, was the Wrath of Man, on how they disguise themselves, how they walk through things, so yeah.
I can't say that certain things surprised me, because I was starting to get suspicious about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was done in such a way that if you hadn't noticed certain things, I could see why it would be like kind of a jolt.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with a certain character in the apartment building, when that reveal was made, I wasn't surprised at all, because there was a scene where they're up on the roof and there's a character who's doing something behind like a chimney, and I could see that he was putting something somewhere. We just didn't know what it was. Yes, like we don't know the full story, but we got enough clues to be, like there's this ding 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 going on in our head, make us kind of suspicious. So it wasn't anything that was like, what? Wow, that I never saw that coming. But it was handled so much better than that stupid twist they did in Relay, which was just, oh my gosh.
Well,
I
it's
did not
almost
like
almost like they're trying to mimic potentially Glass Onion, because I watched an in-depth dive into the mystery with that and LeBlanc and Glass Onion, how they actually put everything in your face and you still can't pick it up because it's so complex.
You got to watch things sometimes. I like it when you can go back later and you can pick up on things.
Yeah.
So that, that it's been done pretty well.
So yeah, I think the director is improving.
Agreed. Now, he's made another movie that I've heard the name of, but I've forgotten what it was. I'm a little curious to check out something else he's done, just to see, like, maybe Relay was kind of just a blip. I don't know.
Well, let me
see here.
to the Google.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
Well, technically letterboxed, but okay.
To the scroll.
Google hasn't liked me of late. 2 scrolls. Let's see.
I've seen 3 movies mentioned that he's worked on. Relay, this one.
He's in Hell or High Water. He has
Hell or High Water.
Oh yeah, Hell or High Water is.
See, I have seen that. I thought that was
a fantastic film.
It's been years, but I guess Relay was just a weird.
The Outlaw King.
Stumble.
Outlaw King, yeah, that's a good one.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's been work maybe this type of genre, because there's not a major twist in the Outlaw King. There is directness with Hell or High Water. I mean, we don't have major surprises. And our allegiance doesn't change from Chris Pine.
Right. It's been a long time since I've seen that. I don't even remember the details. I just remember Chris Pine was in it. That's it.
Yeah, he did a really good job with that one. And the one gas station scene where his brother's just sitting in that car and some guy just intentionally wants to pick a fight. Here comes Chris Pine to beat him up.
I should probably rewatch that sometime.
Oh goodness, the others I really haven't seen. I don't. Not familiar with the other ones. I'm gonna have to look at Citadel. That one looks interesting.
Okay.
The Da Vinci Code, unlocking the Da Vinci. That's a completely different genre. Anyway, it was at times embarrassing to watch. Who is that?
Ballerina.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Did we want to do spoilers at all, or just leave it as is? It's either.
I'm fine with whatever you guys want to. I mean, but if you don't want to know the twists, maybe mute us if we talk about spoilers.
I would rather not go into spoilers, honestly. Yeah. Okay. But if you feel that there's something that you need to go. You want to take a deep dive into that you feel could be spoilery, then we'll put the spoiler banner up.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this was enjoyable. I was intrigued. I was intrigued by the questioning and the things with the military process on defusing the potential of a live bomb there. So yeah, it was intriguing. One of my big questions was, because they were sitting there talking about it potentially being alive, and this is again the premise, so it's not ruining anything. But my brain was like, why wouldn't they have made it a German one? Why an English one? But again, I don't know the in-depth details to that. So that was like one of my critiques.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
That emaciated looking skeleton, was that Kelly Osbourne?
Who?
Because I thought
the,
that was her.
the one woman that looked like she was just
The skeleton with the black eye.
No.
That
No.
wasn't Kelly Osbourne? Are you sure? Because she looks like that now.
I know she looks like that now, but
Okay, that really
was
wasn't her. Okay.
because I would have said that's Kelly Osbourne.
I
You
so
know,
thought
and
that
what the
was
hell
her,
is she
but-
doing here? You know,
But Kelly Osbourne today does not look like Kelly Osbourne from many years ago. And I saw this skeleton and I'm like, that looks like Kelly Osbourne.
I'm looking it up to see.
I
You know
thought
who
for
it is?
sure-
It looks
Who?
like it might be. No, that's a PC. Police control or whatever.
I don't even remember her name. The
I
character's
don't think
name.
they said.
I don't think they
It
gave her
was
one. She
it
was
was
just-
painful to look at her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Who
well,
was
that
it?
and the guts for them to trust. It's like, dude.
Someone like that, right?
Yeah.
Because she looked like she's a meth addict or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that looks like what she was
Ugh.
going for. They were like, we'll give you a month's supply if you do this for us, you know?
Oh, so someone mentioned that Tilda Swinton's daughter was in here. She played
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the lady that was working with the main chick in the
Yeah,
command
she was
center.
in the control center. Yeah.
I had no idea that's who she was.
I keep forgetting that's who she is until somebody brings it up.
And she doesn't look at all like her mother. So
No.
I can't. It's not showing that girl in the IMDb.
Yeah, no, it didn't show her.
Oh well.
Maybe we can ask AI. Who was the meth looking addict
I
lady?
know.
I don't know.
Confuse. Provide a picture. It looked like the girl from Notting Hill. Is that who you were discussing?
I've never seen Notting Hill.
There's no way. She's much older now, I bet. But yeah, no. Worthington played his role really well. The other gentleman, Aaron Taylor, did not do a bad job either. The other gentleman, he was the details by which he went and the entire process. Yeah, he did a fairly good job. So all three main guys that I was intrigued with, man, you want to see some different outcomes, but I mean,
Theo James had 9 lives. I swear to goodness, this guy.
yeah, I was like, how are you able to plan for that? Some of the contingencies that they were having to go through, you were like, you couldn't have planned for that.
Because there was the one thing that to me was the plot hole, and maybe it's explained, where a certain character shows up in a certain place right at the exact time he needs to be there.
A phone app.
Oh, it was?
Find my phone. Yes.
Oh, is that what he did?
It showed.
Oh, that's what he was doing when okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right, that
or
makes
share
sense.
share my location or something. Because I actually did delete it. I did write that down. How
He
in
said
the
he-
world did? And
How
then I was
did
like,
he know to be
Oh
there?
yeah, I
Like-
forgot the guy had shared location
Yeah.
information.
Okay.
But that's kind of like, for me, it's like, how in the world how did they not think to remove his phone from him?
No.
But I guess that wasn't something that they were even considering. Or, they probably never even figured, number one, this person's not going to call for help. They've been involved in a heist. So who are they going to call? The cops?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I'm actually a fan of Tennant, Ballerina. Yeah, he's good in that movie. I think he's good here.
Didn't even know he was in that. I couldn't
I
make
was-
it through Tenet.
Yeah, he's in like the second half of it.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
mean all
he's-
the
he's-
entire
he's-
music?
he's in Tennant.
Just the whole thing got way too confusing. I just couldn't. I gave up 30 minutes in. Yeah, it's like
Well,
I don't have time for this.
You have to kind
too
of see the whole
painful.
thing.
Yeah, so I was like, no. it's
What?
fine.
What? I'll tell you what. Watch it. Well, I don't know. Do you have? No, that was a member's night. Are you a member of Troy's channel?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because we did he did a member show on it, and we went over the whole thing. And I was saying, if you're a member of this channel and watch it with our commentary, and it's like, I called that show Tenet Explained by an Idiot. And I was the idiot,
I don't know if
but
even I could get it, even if an idiot explained it to me.
I think I get it.
Well, it's like that
But,
review you guys did with Cole Hauser on the one guy's reaction where he gives the entire rundown of that movie.
Hills versus Babyface. I'm so glad I didn't have to watch that terrible movie, and someone else had to suffer, and I had to. Well, I didn't have to. I got enjoyment out of his suffering, but it was still painful to look at that.
Y'all were the quietest. I honestly thought that was a live feed and y'all had a guest on the show.
Oh, no.
They're quiet.
No, we were just watching. Cole had already seen it, but Lex and I hadn't seen it yet. So I was just, it was so cringe, though. It was so painful to watch. And I did get enjoyment, at least, out of Az's suffering. So there's that.
Yeah, Annie Francis, maybe it's her.
That
one woman though, yeah, it's like, all right, we need we need you to starve yourself.
I don't know. She looks terrible. She looks not well.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask.
Ballerina says the variant diffuse worked. Why didn't they do that for the entire film? What wasn't I? Now I was fine with that whole last 10 minutes or so. It was just that ending text that just felt out of place for me.
Well, it was just an odd insertion of humor when there was none of that before. That's why it was like, I mean, it wasn't anything that messed up the experience for me. It was just kind of like, what? You're trying to make us laugh now? When this whole time there's been nothing funny at all going on? I don't know. It was different.
Yeah. And no, that's fine. We're not trying to take anybody off of their opinions here. You think that the dead serious tone didn't work? Okay, that's fair enough. That was kind of like I said, one of the issues I have with the previous film, Relay, is that movie changes tones like about halfway through, and I didn't think it worked in the second half. Here, I thought the tone wasn't working for me. Then for a good portion of the movie, it did, and then at the end, it kind of didn't. But that's me.
Go
ahead.
No, The Inside Man, like the movie The Inside Man, that's really what I got on the first half of this. It's intense. You have this entire methodical process. They go through their heist process, and then we have this second half where, okay, now how are we going to solve and thread together these four storylines more or less that we have, and so with that, I feel they tied them up, and then they were like, okay, we carried you in the beginning with the suspense, we brought you a good bit in the suspense, and I honestly thought it was going to be around a 2.5 hour movie.
It was very long.
And then it just goes bam, like we tied everything up, we're done.
Well, also, there was a whole lot going on in One Day of Daylight.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know part of the end takes place at another day because they're in a whole different location, but all of the running around to and from and this and that, and it was, the sun was already out when the bomb was discovered, and then there's all of the thing about them shutting it down, then the break-in.
Well, that was real time. No, that was kind of the idea that I was getting.
Not all of it was real time, because
then
they go to this other location
No, not that. I'm talking about from the discovery of the bomb, especially when he gets to it, on to when they're on the road in the van going away.
I don't know if that was real
To
time.
me,
Because
that felt like that was
I
taking
don't
place in real
know.
time.
Feels like
But
in real
from
time it would have been longer to actually evacuate everybody so quickly the way that they did. So I feel like there was definitely some time compression going on. I don't think it was real time. And then they're running around in the countryside and then the
well, that's
airport, and it was
obviously
like,
later.
and all
Yeah.
of this is supposed to still be in the same day.
And they were
I don't
not there 2 hours before their flight. They were not. No,
right, because that
They were-
flight was
no.
boarding. That's funny.
he was
Yeah.
able to make it perfectly. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, that's not real. There was like no lines. There was the most empty airport you would have ever seen. It
Right,
was
in
like,
London.
yeah. It's like, that is not Heathrow.
Don't know about this.
Actually, I just spoke with somebody. I had asked them, I was like, did you not fly into Heathrow? And they go, no, we flew into Edinburgh. I was like, no way. I was like, I don't know. I was very intrigued by that because they were explaining their spring break plans. And so yeah, Heathrow is one of the busiest, and going through that thing, you have to go over here to check the bag. You have to go over here to do this. It is not on that same level. I can tell you that. It's almost not in the same locations at all. So it's a big one.
I'm pretty sure.
I do want to bring this back up because this was something that I brought up. Because here's the thing that's running through my head while I'm watching the beginning of this film. Okay. You have something like Wicked Little Letters, which was kind of like a DEI fest anyway, that like screwed around with the history of what really happened. It was just kind of a mess of a movie, where you have the character in that I'm a female police officer person. That's how she's introducing herself throughout the entire film. Then you get to something like Prime Suspect, and I'm not talking about that whatever the hell that was NBC did in the 90s. I'm talking about the original Prime Suspect that had Helen Mirren in it, where she's having to deal with all of this, sexism and whateverism, which might have been happening at the time. I'll buy it. Okay. But it's like, oh, so you're okay now. You're good. You have female chief superintendents. You're good. We're not going to have to hear that anymore. You're fine. Good. But I just thought they went a little overboard at the beginning, and then the guy in the wheelchair, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, they were checking
Because
boxes.
they were ticking boxes like a mother effer in the first 10 minutes of this movie. But the thing, all right, let me explain myself when I see a movie now, is I go looking for it. And I have to, because when you've had 10 years of, we didn't make this for you. Wait a minute, where are you going? You're a foul, bigoted person. Why aren't you coming back to watch our movies, you bigot? And you have like about 10 years of that. You start to read between the lines on some of these movies. And I know that there are things that are inserted in because they have to get the movie made. And maybe that's what happened here. But
I don't know. It's not like this movie's going to be in contention for any sort of awards. They do have rules in place for that. They're stupid rules, but
yeah.
I don't typically go looking for something unless it smacks me over the head, because not every presentation of a female or a person of color, jumps out at me as being something that's explicitly DEI or woke, unless I start to pick up on some messaging going on.
This
like
isn't
with
like
they
slanted.
Will kill you. Like with
Or
they will kill you.
or
No,
anything
like
like that.
slanted
Yeah.
was very blatant. They will kill you was a little bit more
subtle.
covert, but it was there
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it
it's
became
there.
super obvious. But, and the characters in here, in this particular movie, they didn't make a big deal about that they were women or that they were black or whatever. They just
They
were what
don't,
they were,
but it's just like
I
it's just
know.
in my mind. I'm like,
I
I'm
mean,
counting off. This,
there were the two women, the girl who was like in charge,
And
and
then
then
the
the
military girl.
Tilda Swinton's daughter. But those were the two. Those were the two women that it was focusing on mostly because of whatever
yeah,
their positions were.
but then when I'm and then but there is like that Avengers Endgame moment that they have where there's like a whole line of just like female cops, and I'm just like, okay,
Oh,
thank
I
you.
didn't pick up on. I didn't
I
even
did.
notice. I didn't even know what scene are you talking about? I didn't even.
That this when they're down on the street, when they're recording the area off, there's actually a scene where there's like 4 or 5 female cops just walk towards the camera, and I'm just like,
I remember the lady at the tape who.
that's when I just kind of slid down in my seat and just went like, okay, I'm gonna let this movie play out. Then the heist stuff started happening, and I'm like, okay, I'm back in the movie, thank you. But I'm just saying, the first 10 minutes of this movie for me was rough sledding. I was like, oh no. Where are we going to go with the Muslim family, and where is this heading, and why are they trying to get on an airplane so quickly? And I'm like, that gets explained, but thank God. But for like about 10 minutes there, this movie, I was like, oh boy, where's this one going?
I honestly feel like, as Sashi mentions, there's a lot of women on the force in the UK. So I honestly didn't feel like the representation of women in uniform was anything that was out of the ordinary. But
No,
that family, I was like, I started to be suspicious because they kept focusing on them. And I was like, oh, what? Are we going to show all these they're going to be victimized. They're going to be blamed for
exactly.
something. That's where I thought it was going. And that didn't end up being the case.
No. So the thing is while while the first 10 minutes of this movie do seem like the movie is going to go into a certain direction, it doesn't. Which I give it credit for. They don't victimize this Muslim family. One of them does figure in, well, actually, a couple of them figure in a little bit more than we're led to believe at first. And like I said,
ding, 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 spoilers.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, that's a little bit of a spoiler.
I mean, honestly, this is stuff you can figure out. It's like,
you can figure it out.
Why else are they showing them all the time?
Yeah, obviously something is going on.
Something's at play
with these people that is going to play in. You just don't know what until you get to the reveal. And then the other one that's a little later on, that, like I said, made sense because they would need somebody to be at that location at that time, really, for the whole thing to work.
Well,
exactly.
So
and
it's
that
like
final 5-minute scene or whatever at the end before the crazy text thing that they were showing, that was just to show you how all these actors came together. Actors as in characters, how they all
these mandates are
oh, which mandates? The ones about the
checking
stupid
boxes.
About the what?
Checking boxes.
Yeah, that's it. Like to be qualified for awards contention, which is yeah.
And also UK hiring.
Yeah, because someone was talking. Who was it? I think it was Eric July was talking. Because all the Harry Potter stuff, and they were talking about how, like, they make it pretty difficult for you to be able to do your film unless you're checking all the boxes, which is so regressive to me. They call these people progressive. That's not progressive. That's
No.
That's totally regressive. It's like so back-asswards. I hate it so much. I hope that eventually we get to the point where that stuff just dies on the vine. I'm so sick of it. It's really stupid. I unfortunately did not
Yeah.
like They Will Kill You, Ballerina. I wanted to, but I did not
Yeah.
like the very blatant. That was some blatant messaging once you noticed it.
Yeah.
Spoiler for it.
And,
Spoiler for it. Let me find your soapbox. Hold on.
Yeah. You didn't say hello to Nate earlier. Hello
That's
to
true.
Nate.
You're right. You're right. You're
This
right,
is,
Nate.
No,
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But in the one of the funny scenes that I got a kick out of was when they were asking, they're having to clear out the entire street pertaining to this bomb. So they're clearing out a number of blocks. And so, the family's asking, all right, well, when can we go back in? And one of the funny things is when that dad is in a wheelchair and they're like, all right, the electricity doesn't work. And he's like, even the lift? And it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, no. Whoops.
You're going to carry him up 8 flights just to leave again. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Because, I didn't think about how I was going to get my dad back up the stairs. Whoops.
But yeah, I was getting a kick out of that. I was like, you're about to leave on a flight. You were complaining about the flight. Now you want to drag him up 8 flights and you got that cop.
I would have just left him down there, gone upstairs, got my stuff, and come back down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not carrying you.
You're leaving anyway, so
I
I need to stay downstairs and whatever he packed. But then again, well, no, he wouldn't have needed it. Well,
they probably had to reset.
Could it be that he was using that as cover?
Yeah.
Because
maybe,
he has to go back up to the roof anyway. And the idea is that he has to draw suspicion away from himself. So was that like a distraction?
If he leaves Dad down there and someone has to be with Dad too long and he goes upstairs and he goes on the roof, maybe I don't know.
I don't know. But okay.
That that might have just been to try to throw the audience off.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there, Sashi.
Yeah,
YouTube is weird on certain things. I don't know why.
Maybe if you type it again, but space. I don't know if there was a word you put in there that they thought was something that was a problem. Yeah. Sometimes I put spaces between the letters when I'm trying to type something out.
Yeah, Theo James is good in this. He's another actor that, kind of like Sam Worthington, I think, doesn't really get his due because maybe he was in some things at the beginning that weren't as great. But I first saw him in this TV series. It didn't last very long. I think it was called Golden Boy. It was on CBS where he plays like the youngest. He plays like the youngest police commissioner in New York, and
I heard of that one.
It wasn't on long, and you find out that the reason he got to the top so quickly was he kind of screwed everybody over, and is like this large type narcissistic a-hole who's just kind of out for himself, and sets up the current commissioner to go to prison, and he's just like this wreck, and now he gets to this position and he's looking back on things and going, because there's 2 timelines. You see him in his early days when he's just this ambitious guy, and then you see him as commissioner and he's just like alone because he's burned every bridge, and and I think he kind of got typecast there for a couple of years, and then now he's doing something like that. He's into Gentleman TV series, which I understand is very good.
That is a very good show.
It's not bad,
First thing I ever saw him in was a UK show called Bedlam. It was kind of a supernatural-ish show. And then he started popping up in movies like from here, like the was those movies with the
Divergent series?
Yes, those. He started popping up in those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
after Bedlam.
the film series so good they never finished it.
Yeah, because it started falling apart. The book series is actually good. I listened to the books, and the first movie was good. I think they did 3 movies. The third movie wasn't, and then by then they just decided they weren't gonna finish. But unfortunately,
Well, that's like the Golden Compass book series, his Dark Matters or whatnot. The problem with after the first book, The Golden Compass, the book series itself goes off the rails. Like the book series and the source material that they're using goes way off the rails, which is why HBO couldn't continue that series. And so it's kind of like with this Divergent series, the books really are not well written once we get towards the end. And so the source material, and again, you're going from bad source material to worse display of movies, which we all know, you know?
yeah.
And so, yeah, they just weren't going to be able to do it. And the main actress said she was not coming back after that. It's like,
Yeah, I never saw those, I don't think. Or the movie, I don't think I
I only saw the first one, and honestly, I don't remember a whole lot
I
about
thought there
it.
was just one movie, and then there was a TV series.
Yep. And they can't go past the first book of the Golden Compass because.
The Golden Compass. I thought you were still talking about Divergent. Okay.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then with Divergent, again, they got 2, I really want to say 2.5 of the books done. And then when they were trying to conclude it, everybody got bored with it because it's Hunger Games again. It's the same thing. Hunger Games mixed with Harry Potter, mixed with some other series of specialized people. What, Ender's Game? What else? You know, everybody's kind of done the same thing. So it's kind of watered everything down, so to speak.
Yeah. And we're still getting Hunger Games movies.
Yeah. They're doing, and they're going to do a bad job with Haymitch's things. I can tell you now, because in the original book series, the second one, Catching Fire, when Katniss actually watches the Hunger Games of Haymitch, it says very clearly that Haymitch was faster and more agile than the majority of all of them. And then, of course, we see in the preview how he gets thrown over and pushed over by somebody. I was like, well, that's not helping, you know? So, yeah.
I haven't seen any of the newer movies. I mean, the one that came out with Rachel Zegler, I didn't watch it, and don't plan to watch this next one either.
I stopped after, I think, the third one, which is where they split the movies in two, and I never went back to it.
Yeah,
I actually liked the first movie quite a bit.
Yeah,
the books were good. I enjoyed the book. I thought that the movies were pretty good adaptation of the book. But Jennifer Lawrence is so, I don't know, she just really grates on me now. It's kind of hard to watch it just because I just like her face annoys me. But the movies are actually pretty good, especially if you like the books.
The Ballad of Songbird and Snake is the best one, possibly. Yeah. What was I going to say with that? Zegler. I think she's on the uptick. You know, I think she's doing an amazing job.
Okay.
Well,
but at any rate, Gentleman is very good. You guys, you should watch Gentleman.
Yeah.
The Gentleman.
Theo James doing an amazing job with all these. Yeah. No, he did well with this. He was fairly convincing with his
So that's supposed to be a South African accent? I was trying to figure out what his accent was supposed to be.
I don't know.
I assumed,
Pakistani or something.
It sounded South African because I was like, that sounds like how Leo sounded in Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he was.
Yeah, I was reminded of Blood
South
Diamond
African.
too.
Yeah, Blood Diamonds did come to mind at one point in this. Yeah.
That's what I thought, Ballerina.
Yeah. So, yeah, not a bad film. Not perfect. I'm going to recommend it though.
Yeah, I think it's worth a watch.
Maybe if you like either maybe go to a matinee or maybe rent it later on. I think
AMC
I
got
think it's fun.
normal. AMC
Oh, did
didn't
they?
get this one. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They got normal.
oh, no, nobody 3.
Yeah.
That hurts.
I mean, I'm fine. Actually, I would have been a little aggravated because it's like, there's our alarm.
Yep.
I have a screener of normal. I would have been aggravated that I went to the theater and I could have just sat at home, watched it.
He was hilarious in the last scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the text was people were getting a kick out of the text at the end.
Yeah,
so,
it drew chuckles.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do not have a problem with the third act of the film. I have my issues with that final text, which felt like it belonged on like a Guy Ritchie movie or something.
Yes.
And this is not a Guy Ritchie
No.
movie. You know.
No.
You know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I have issues with this movie. Was it enough to make me hate on it? No, I'm recommending it actually. So yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So we've had 2 pretty decent films in a row so far.
Oh, I swear it was so much better. It was...
Well, yes, but it was also a completely
yeah.
different type of film.
Yeah.
Next week, there's double feature going on.
Oh, there is.
That's
I don't know if I'm getting that double feature.
Check your Regal. There's one at 7, and at my Regal, the next one's at 9:50. Some people it's 9:30. That's going to be rough because I really don't like to stay. Yeah, I don't like to go to like a showing that late, but I'm going to try. People are speculating it might be Hokum and then Deepwater, but I don't know because Inside Source has not dropped.
Which one's Deepwater?
Well, that's just
the one with sharks. I think it's called Deepwater. It's a new movie with sharks. I think does a plane go down or something?
With Aaron Eckhart.
I don't remember who's in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. First action
Hokum looks
woman.
terrifying. Yeah. Well, Hokum is from the director of Caveat and Oddity, and I was a big fan of Oddity.
Right, you said
so
Oddity was quite good. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
So, no, Rachel, what I mean is people think the first movie is going to be Hokum and the second movie is going to be Deepwater because they're having 2 mystery movies back to back on Monday. I've never had that happen yet. So I'm curious. Yeah. I don't know if AMC's doing that though. So yeah, I honestly this is a new one.
Who would be the first action female besides your mom, son?
The first action. Well, Sigourney Weaver was like in the 70s.
Yeah, that's true. Sigourney, that's who I was thinking.
She was before Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton. Okay, so you might be getting one of the ones we're getting. I'm curious to find out which one it's going to be. I never saw Undertone. I haven't either. Watch it, and I haven't yet because it's not even in theaters anymore. It was gone pretty quickly, and I've been so slammed with work and just stuff going on. I haven't been able to go to the theater quite as often as I typically like to go. So some things I just have to decide to watch it at home. That's right, she did.
Pam Grier, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Pam Grier.
Yeah. Connie's saying her Regal's got the double feature. Okay, now I'm still spinning circles here. I'm still locked out of the mobile app. I don't know what's going on. I'm having to go to the main.
Try resetting your password. See if you can get in.
No. Also, if you technically sign yourself out. And do you have it as an automatic update? Because this is the experience I'm getting. I have mine on the automatic sign in. Well, every now and then it'll sit there and say, "Oh no, you can't do that." And then if I just sign myself out, see, it's got me in. But if I sign myself out and manually type my email and password back in, it lets me in. And it's like,
Yeah, the app can be kind of glitchy
yeah.
sometimes. It's
So
done
yeah.
some weird stuff on me.
So yeah, you might just be able to manually sign in if you're doing it automatically. Just manually do it and don't let it do the automatic remember. And it might let you in.
All right. I don't want to ignore the chat. Cheng Pei Pei, according to the internet, in the 60s from Hong Kong. Michelle Yeoh before Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course they're both in Crouching Tiger. So
Oh,
Michelle,
okay.
yeah, Michelle Yeoh was awesome during her time. Her and Jackie Chan together in Super Cop 3 was really good.
Yeah. Helen Holmes is widely considered to be the first true female action hero in America, starting in 1914.
Wow, really?
Where she starred
Oh.
in the long-running adventure serial The Hazards of Helen.
Oh, wow.
Right on.
Long time ago.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy is this weekend.
Yeah. Gonna go see it on Thursday.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Grandma. It's fun to be dead. No, I'm just kidding. That line. I was intrigued.
There's another movie coming out that I got an early access ticket to, and I can't. It's a movie with Samara Weaving. What's it called? It's coming out next weekend, I think. Shoot, what's it called? Dang it! Oh, Over Your Dead Body.
Oh. Yep, that sounds like.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah, hoping it's good. We'll see. So if you want to catch the early access, it's playing tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we're doing the early access party at your house, right? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean like at the theater. I'm actually going to the big screen for this one. I'm carving out time to go to the big screen at least 2 more times this week. So yeah, I got a lot of early mornings so I can get caught up on work. Or don't get behind on work.
It says she performed her own incredibly dangerous stunts, including leaping from moving trains and motorcycles, long before the concept of a stunt double was standard.
Brave person. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's something they were talking about with Jackie Chan and a number of their films and everything is due to the fact that there was very low budget and, you're not getting permits to do a lot of these things. They would go out to the filming site and they would it would be like, all right, well, if we want to get the shot, you got to go and do it. So that's how they grew accustomed to it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even know about this lady. This is kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's weird.
What happened?
All right. Here's what the main Regal website from my theater is saying. They're actually saying the same thing. Actually, well, okay. MMM, of course, mystery movie.
Choose Your Own Fate or something is what they call it.
Yeah, choose Your Own Fate scares. 7 p.m. hour and 50 minutes. Horror edition Choose Your Own Fate Nightmares. Rated R, an hour and 50 minutes, 9 p.m.
Oh, man, you're so lucky. I wish mine was playing at 9, but it's not playing until 9:50. I don't like that.
Same with mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's gonna be 30 minutes of previews, I might miss the beginning of the 9 o'clock.
I kind of doubt it because remember the 9 o'clock will have previews. So, it might not be a problem for you. Yeah, horror, like one's scares and one's like nightmares or something. I can't remember what they're calling it. Yeah, I'm going to be out late on Monday. Oof.
All right.
Looking
What's even
forward
going to be worse is if they're bad, and Sin's going to be like,
Oh, I'm gonna be so pissed, you guys, if it's bad. Ooh, I'm gonna be. I sacrificed my sleep for this.
All right.
I hope they
Well,
don't make a habit of this. I'll just say that.
Right. Okay, so final score on Fuse. Right, we're all recommending.
Oh yeah, I would recommend.
Yeah.
I'll actually give it a 6.4. No, it doesn't have perfections or anything, but it accomplished what it intended to do. And I mean, it kept the entertainment going. It wasn't a huge drag until the very end when we're like, oh my gosh, So, but yeah, I give it a good one.
Agreed.
All right.
Ballerina hurt my feelings.
I think I gave it a 70 something, like a 73 or I honestly can't remember. I was going back on Critic List to see what did I rate this, because I did a draft like rating. I gave it a 73%.
Yep, Cynthia Rothrock's first movie was with the machine. In the Line of Duty, I think was the name of it. All right. Well, we'll go one time around the horn. Sin, what do you have coming up?
I just released a review today for Exit 8, Japanese horror film. Recommend. It's very mind twisty, based on a video game. And after this, at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be on Box Office Brawler's channel. We're going to be talking about The Never Ending Story. And then next week, live stream here again to talk about one or two mystery movies. Oh, and this Friday, going to be hopefully streaming with Cole and Lex to talk about The Terminator and Universal Soldier.
Nice. Enigma.
I will be here again next week. I am definitely considering the back-to-back, but yeah, like Sin, it's going to be difficult to get up after that one. And then I am actually going to be offering a lot of support for Miss Rachel when she is going to do some of her live streaming coming up here soon. And she's going to be doing an awesome job with that based on all of the movies she's seen. So she's seen one movie at least one movie a day throughout this entire year. And the list that I saw for her January was like, wow. So yeah, I was like, I need to go back and watch some of these to help. So yeah, really cool.
All righty.
Where did Deleted go?
He just like,
come on, I didn't even push that button, damn it.
He just like, all right.
What is he doing?
Son of a sea biscuit. All right. As for myself, here starting in about 10 minutes, we'll be live from Sparkwood in 21. I am going to be joined by Troy Pacelli, Natters Network, and Aged Boomer as we watch episode 7 of the first season of Twin Peaks, called Realization Time, which is the episode that has the infamous cherry stump scene. Stay tuned. It's going to be we'll PG-13 it, guys. We'll do our best. All right, and then let's see. My next show after that scheduled is going to be Thursday at 5:30, where I am going to be joining Outlaw Bill for a new thing that we're doing called Comedy Greats, and we are going to be watching The Replacements from the year 2000 with Keanu Reeves and the late legendary Gene Hackman. And let's see.
Dang.
Yeah. Later that night will be my program, Coming Attractions. We get to find out what I'll be doing next week, up to and including my appearance Friday night on Films with Friends, hosted by Big Al Presents. And this week's movie is going to be Ultraviolet, starring Mila Jovovich, from 2007, from the writer-director of Equilibrium, Kurt Wimmer. So,
yeah, that's right.
All right. So, any last words before we wrap it up?
Go watch a good movie, y'all. Go check out Exit 8.
Oh yeah, I got to see that one too. All right. If we can find it in theaters, I swear.
Oh gosh, yes.
And
it's coming out. It's coming out next
Mhm.
the last weekend of April. Yep.
And of course, Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is still playing. I went to go see it
Yes.
again last week with my son, and it still holds up so good.
All right. So, like to thank everybody who joined us here in the live chat. Everybody who joined us from X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And hope that you enjoyed the show. Hit the like, share out the stream, follow. Where do I point? Yes, follow Sin and Enigma here on YouTube. And I have you can follow me too, please. I think I'm 15 subs away from like 5,400. So
Nice.
Go team. Of course, memberships are currently available on my channel too. I am planning 2 member streams here very soon. So one that's going to be in the afternoon and one that's going to be at night. So So stay tuned. Lots of fun stuff planned. All right. So as I say, they say, I say, we all say, don't we? Thank you and good night.
Okay.
As I say at the end of every broadcast, from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Bye.
It's even odd when Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Steal out on your YouTube, brother, let's roll.
That's all, folks.